Thank you very much to all the devotees who are joined to this meeting. I appreciated all your support all the time that you have for many years supported, and thank you all, and thank you very much that Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna has given me this opportunity to that we can speak and join and share our now I see devotees. Before I didn't see some devotees. Now I see some devotees in Zoom. Certainly we are going through certain difficulty and certain unpleasant situations that we are passing through, but during Soviet time it was absolutely different, that it wasn't like a usual situation. It was really something, I would say, Lord Krishna's and especially Srila Prabhupada's mercy that we all could at that very time to join to ISKCON and all the devotees who sacrificed they passed through such a difficulties to sacrifice everything to Srila Prabhupada and devotees. So I know many of you that you could already read my book, and there is detail all what was possible, of course, to be in the time we were beginning, like I would say beginning. When we started our beginning, there were like a power which was Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna given so much blessings to us so that we could do something unbelievable, so many sacrifices that we could never, without their mercy, we couldn't do, certainly. So those sacrifices which Srila Prabhupada put us in that situation so that we could start most important writings in and the time and place was joined together, that devotees became so encouraged to do everything possible to open eyes to Soviet country. So after joining to the ISKCON right after the army, I was so happy that I joined to the ISKCON country, ISKCON joining movement, which it was very, very young at that time. We knew only few devotees at that time. Right after army, it was for me to make some conclusion what I'm going to do and what I have to do. Fortunately, I met some devotees in Armenia, like Sannyasa Das, Kamalamali Das, and many other souls in Armenia who would bring up the first thing was to start Srila Prabhupada's books printing in Armenia. It's a small country where you can perhaps some I would say unbelievably to start publication, start from the small place where we could set up Srila Prabhupada's books, the first books. And it was unbelievable that at that time, how many happy souls was joining together, and we could do something, started the mission of Srila Prabhupada in Armenia. As if some of the already they know about how we have gone through Krishna consciousness, it was of course many incidents, but some of them are very, very powerful indicate that Srila Prabhupada is present there. Even in all our five senses that was joining, because we could speak, we could hear, we could smell of the prasad which was eating at that time. Everything was set up for Srila Prabhupada's mission to distribute it in Armenia. So at that time, we were joined, me and my friend Sachisuta Dasi, who was very, very pure soul, who could join to the movement very immediately, because he liked the philosophy, he liked the devotees' relation was very, very important. That everybody was trying to bring up something which was connected to Srila Prabhupada. So we are very, very happy that at that time there was nothing else we could do without Srila Prabhupada's books. So when first books came to the table, we were celebrating the whole temple, the small place where we were all with drums and kartals and everything. We were starting to celebrate where KGB was right next to us. So it wasn't an easy time, but we were trying our best to introduce Srila Prabhupada's movement in all over USR. I wish if any devotees that indicate that could help me to which part would like to hear from me, it will be much easy for me to speak, since I've told Ramachandra Prabhu also that I have recently I had a stroke, and I used to speak 4 languages. Now I speak, of course, also 4 different languages, but my main language, Armenian, and next is the English, which I knew, and Bengali and Russian, so I could speak all languages. But unfortunately, recently I had a stroke because of my power, due to my sickness. I had some problems, so everything with me is absolutely fine, except my speech a little bit difficult too. So please forgive me for that. And I told, Prabhu has told me that this opportunity to speak with devotees, I was thinking that it will be not that easy for me to speak, just like I would speak 1 year before. So please forgive me for that. And I would like to, if any of you would like to introduce which part would like to hear from me, so that will be helpful.
Yes, Prabhuji. First of all, we are able to hear you very clearly, and one of the parts of the whole book that is on several of our minds is how did you handle the situation? How did you withstand all these hardships in the prison? At every given point, even in our lives, when we face challenges, we easily give up. So how did you stay strong until the end, keeping your faith in Krishna? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. You know, often we are thinking that in that situation when we are so-called we are suffering, at that time when you, of course, you pray to the Lord, at that time, usually when you are in difficulties, you concentrate full time to Lord Krishna. That's the first thing. Because you have nobody else when you are alone in the jail. We are fully concentrating our mind and feelings. All 5 senses are connected to Lord. And sometimes, especially when they beating you and giving you a hard time, you look around, there is nobody. You are only you alone with Lord Krishna. So sometimes, yes, mind comes to that maybe I have to give up that's the easiest thing you can do. You just sign that you are not no longer you want to be joining to the Hare Krishna, and that's easy. But when already Srila Prabhupada put that seed in our heart, and like I said, at that time prasadam was so powerful that we were eating our prasadam, the food which was given by devotees. It was so powerful that after eating that prasadam was so purifying that you were ready to go out for something, and you could do books and distribute books, and very difficult. Every time we were having any hard time, and they would just cut you from the street. But when even at that time, when you go to the jail, you already thinking, oh my God, that time it was much better for us. When they were even beating us, but they were releasing that. And then from time to time, like for me, I remember 22 times I had problem in different countries in Soviet USSR. I had about 22 different jails before to took me to Soviet Hashem, where I was kept. It is so easy to give up, but if you are fully concentrated to Srila Prabhupada's mission, you are thinking that, oh, I have something else that I have to do. If I give up, that many devotees in a outside, they will discouraged. So you thinking not only about yourself, it's good or bad, no, but who devotees will be react in that situation as well. So that was giving us, and we knew that there is no death. We knew for sure. That was our first lessons we knew. So we were thinking that now we have to, each and every one of us, like at that time, there were 7 devotees in a jail, in different jails we were living. Kept us. So when we were writing to each other a small notes and everything, it was so much, giving us so much encouragement. And each of everyone, like Sannyasa, Kamalamala, Sachisuta, and all of the Armen and everybody, they were so much strong faith that we will be overcome this. We will be set up the ISKCON USSR to continue our, like many of us, we couldn't think that it will come, but in our heart we knew that whatever Srila Prabhupada told us, that all the main things that we were supposed to do, we were taking care of with love and respect to each other. This was so powerful when you know that in the next cage next to the, we could call also cage, because it was a cage actually. Each and everybody was chanting the Hare Krishna mantra so intense that we could feel the vibration in next cell. Unbelievable situation was happening with next to cell, which was inmate with us. Some of them were, of course, not favorable for us, but some of them was very favorable, and we could just by seeing our in thinking our determination, that they were also helping us to take care of whatever we could do. Like I remember so many times that many of them that we would, since there was such a food that we not could eat, it was very, very difficult. The only thing we could take, it was the bread and sugar. Sugar was very, very important. I have very interesting incident with the sugar, because sugar was something that it was could give us some it was helping us to that we could, salt also, salt, sugar, and water, of course, we could do. Bread was very, very bad quality, which you should have kept on the table for a couple of days, so it will be dry, because it was so very bad quality. So now when I remember these times, you believe it or not, but my hair is standing up. A long time I'm trying to forget all this time, but when all the devotees now, he want to hear what I have come through it. Believe it or not, it is not easy for me even to speak about this situation. Why? Because it's like when you are in pain and you are trying to do something more that you could do. It is so, when today I'm remembering the Bhagavad Gita teachings and that situations when we were taking this very bad quality, this bread, you will not believe that it was like a nectar. It was really nectar that we were eating, because we were praying, we were making it like a prasadam, and we were eating and mixing with salt, because on salt you couldn't eat properly. Of course, some devotees could take that pain, so that they've left Krishna consciousness. How many respects to them, all the devotees also, because they could do. I want to to remember about the incident regarding this sugar, which will be devotees will be interested to know, whoever they didn't read the book. We were because at the time every day 1 spoonful sugar we could have, and we were collecting the sugar. After 2-3 days, it was much more sugar you will have. I was living on the fourth someone maybe help me. The third floor we were the fourth floor we were living. So when someday we see that our sugar was inside was some ant, and they were eating the ants. So there was no other option. So we were thinking that maybe we could clean all the ants, and then we took another pot, aluminum. A little water was there, and then we put the sugar glass, no glass, but the metal, and then we put it in between. Can you imagine? First we put the pot and in the water, and then we put the sugar so that they would not touch to they couldn't pass through the water. So I was thinking, we were thinking we are safe. Next ants cannot already swim in, and then they eat the sugar. However, the next day we were looking at that, we put it in the middle of the sail, and then we were thinking that, oh, some ants, they fell from somewhere. So we were looking, and then we see the ants were going through the ceiling and through the wall, and then they were going up to the ceiling and then come to the middle and then falling down in the in the pot with the sugar and eating the sugar. However, they didn't know how to come out of that. When I was thinking that same situation, some of us, we meet that situations when we have to go to the inside a pot where we have to eat, but we don't know how we'll come out from that. So that's the similar situations that human jiva, he don't know how could he come out of the situation. So only Srila Prabhupada, by Srila Prabhupada's mercy, we could come out of that situation, and then we could chanting, I wouldn't say 24 hours, because it will be too much, but at least was 8 hours we could chant the Mahamantra, which is very, very powerful energy for us, that we could that could go on with piece of bread, a little bit salt and sugar, we could exist for a long time. Usually 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or 1 week, it was okay. But when you continue already every day, you have to go through that diet, we could say, diets, then already your all body becomes weak, and it's very, very difficult to exist in that situation, especially when from time to time, due to punishment or something, beating us for that situation, then they cut us bread also. They don't even give us. So a devotee was telling us that we take it like granted, all this, our situation, and we are living in a standard like in United States and Europe and our other countries, but some devotees, they're taking granted that we have everything that but it's not that easy to start thinking that when you can reduce all you had, you have to reduce to minimum so that you can exist. And each and every point, we are connecting everything to concentration, full concentration of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru and Krishna. They give us the power at that time. Some devotees may think that oh, it was always will be like that. No. When you are even getting sick, you already thinking about Krishna, thinking about Srila Prabhupada, and you start chanting. Oh, maybe today I will not do, tomorrow I will do. But in the jail, it was absolutely different situation. It was a 24-hour connected to Srila Prabhupada and Lord Krishna. We were often joining to the Sankirtan that some of them we allow. We started to chanting the Maha Mantra loudly, and people were also even joining from the different cells. It was very, very, very so sweet and so powerful. Each and every mantra we would chant, it was going to directly to the inmate in the next, and aura were created so protection for us. So we were very much amazed to see how much purifications and so much right time when Krishna was given us consciousness, mind, how to deal with each and every inmate, because some of our kind, some of our very enemy even who were telling that we are like a sect, and it has nothing to do with Armenian national and our Christian religion, and so we had conflict from time to time, of course. However, I'm telling to all the devotees that when you think that everything which is given to us from Krishna, Srila Prabhupada, no, it's not. I wouldn't say that it's taking it granted. But we are in the situation that right now you can do this much. So there is no any problem always thinking that, oh, I'm taking granted. And no, when time comes with the right consciousness, right power is given to you. And when it's given to you, you can already spread that same aura, same power, same consciousness, you can already distribute to other devotees. Some people, they ready to this much, and some people, they could do this much. However, we should know entirely, we don't have to think that we are, weak, or that devotee is doing this much, but I cannot do. No. We are all particles. We have do, each and every one, devotees are, at least should be like that. We doing our part. How much you could do with love and devotion to your guru, or your our movement, our in the kitchen, on the street, wherever you go, you doing your part. Just like it's a watch, mechanical watch. It's just turning, tick, 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 each time it's going. So mechanism is working in such a way that you're doing your part, and whole is coming together. Without that one particle, it will not work properly. So we have to think that way. Not that, that mechanical part was doing more or less. But what about the less particle? Can work without you? I wouldn't say no. Or sometimes it will work in some way, but not all the time. So that's why in your heart, you shouldn't think that, I'm doing less and the next devotee is doing much more. Of course you can. Srila Prabhupada was saying competition is healthy, I mean. And competition is okay. However, when you're always thinking, I'm less, that's also not good. So I think we, each and everyone, have to do something, my particle, and Srila Prabhupada and Krishna, they are very, very happy, very, very happy for you and for each and everyone. So it was very nectar at that time. Honestly, right now, I don't feel that same, I would say, purification, or I would say the sound, the vibration which was given to each and other, it wasn't the same way before. I don't know, maybe Srila Prabhupada or Lord Krishna have given me, us, I would say, the reserve. They had something very powerful, that mercy, that to our mind, and we couldn't maybe do the same which we were doing that time. So at that time it was so good relationship with all the devotees, and very kind, very good understanding between it. That was the main thing. Srila Prabhupada was that united together, we could do something together. It will be something powerful. Maybe you can help me with some incidents that I could continue, or maybe some questions.
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. There's a few questions that are coming in the chat. I'll just read them out. One of the questions is, were you able to forgive these people who were torturing?
Like I said, it wasn't the easy decision to do. When first time I remember when I was first time in a police office. I was there. I knew that this is going to be the beginning of something big for me. I could see that I could do something for Srila Prabhupada, for sure. And teachings which we learn in that very short time, it was like concentrated nectar, was like that we could often we were answering certain questions was coming to our mind. I never knew all these things that without Srila Prabhupada, I couldn't understand what is happening, that now they are beating me, and now they're trying to taking my mala, japa beads, and then beating you, and then putting I remember the worst situation was when they put my fingers into a door, and then just pushing, and with insane intense power. very sad situation over there. But how was Srila Prabhupada and Krishna was giving me that understanding that we have to forgive them. You were talking about forgiveness, and now I'm talking about, I'm trying to remember how was Sachisuta Prabhu was reacting that situations. I wasn't at all that kind like him, because from time to time I could at least speak a little bit loud and like but he was not. He was really real hero for me. I was learning from him each and every step we were together. Like I remember in psychiatric hospital when they put us there over 20 days or 1 month. We were in a psychiatric hospital. We have learned so much from that situation. We were learning how you could be kind to failing souls that they don't understand what they're doing, because they put you hitting to in my eyes because of left one is because of the right one was gone and the left was okay. So honestly, today in this age of Kali Yuga, when we are going through right now, when thousands of people are killed, just like just a button. Yes, I remember how I could forgive those who were so instant beating me and other devotees as well. When you know the soul is eternal, then especially when you are in a safe, I would say, because it's a different situation, it's a different aura, it's a different color, it's a different feelings, different sounds from your next sales and everything. Then you are going into so subtle situation that just like a radio, when you are driving and then you can changing your radio station. Whenever you don't like this one, you can connect to the next one. It's up to you. And that situation also, it was, I'm talking about myself part. So I was just catch that proper radio signal, which is directly connected between me and Lord Krishna. And this is not just a dream, and this was not something that, oh, we can just talk about it. No, you learn at that time, place, and the situation, you will when you are in a proper, I would say, the proper radio station, and then you're directly see your Lord, and He is guiding you and giving you and each and everything step. So now I'm thinking about that. The same thing to other devotees, all the devotees, I would say. Never think that you he is great, he is less. No. We in Ramayana we remember how small monkeys were throwing each and every stones to the Lanka, and small monkeys was doing this, but Hanuman, he was throwing the big stones to the way to Lord Sitaram. And then at that time situation, we could do when our connection is already in a pure connection, and then you receive that all five senses are working together, all the chakras are opening. It doesn't matter you eat too much or less, no. At that time, your consciousness is purifying. Absolutely, you are on a different level. And in that level, you can make miracle. Your speech, your eyes, your consciousness, all five senses are purification, extremely sorry. So this is a miracle that Krishna gives to individual, because one is small particles he is doing for that mechanism, entire mechanism, which is working. Each and every one, when he is doing his part, her part, you get same power, nectar, which you received from Lord Krishna. So this is my observation. First of all, we have to be ourselves, and then we can it starts from your family, from you, and then from family, and then from the community, and then wide broadband. It is working in that way, and then so you will catch that waves, and that will be very, very powerful. Could I answer your questions? I'm sorry.
Yes, Prabhuji. There's another question which I think you may have already answered, but the question is, did you ever have these thoughts that, why am I facing these difficulties? Why me? And is Krishna really watching? Is he really seeing what's happening? And how did you overcome that?
Certainly. Yeah. Certainly, it wasn't so easy to you couldn't, always doubt was happening, even now. And always this morning, starting your life, from the morning you are chanting and you're doing your service, whatever you are doing. Every day you're doing your sadhana and everything. But we have to be honest between each other. We know that from time to time, these doubts are coming to your mind. However, you always thinking two direction, that if I'm going this way, where I will meet in a crossing. So when you're balancing your all five senses, from time to time you thinking your speech, some to your eye, some to your feelings, some smell or everything. It's always diminishing, going up and down, up and down. So you have to find the right balance. Not fanatically. You have to do your part, and you have to just do whatever you consider it is your mission. Small or big, you will not decide. No, we don't decide. Lord will take care of that. But you do with love and devotion whatever you could do. So then you can, we are uniting. It's becoming like our waves, just like we are now having the Wi-Fi. We have all this communication. What we are doing, we see each other. Can you imagine? I always thinking that can you imagine if Srila Prabhupada was on this earth? How much blessings we could had got from Srila Prabhupada, nectar from Srila Prabhupada. So all the five senses together, they are making us. Often we see when you are sad or whatever is problem you're having and you're going to the temple, but then you see mridangas and the karatals and the devotees there chanting and the Mahamantra, and then you from the side you hear the Mahamantra, and then you hear the vibrations which are coming from devotees to us. Then you start that purification is started already when you are there, not chanting, just sitting there. That's already that purification is helping us to bring up, so that we could in pure consciousness we could go on forward and take care of our service. So we are learning every day to how full concentrations to start. From today we decided that we will do those much rounds, and then I'll do make certain decisions that I have to take. And sometimes it's not happening, or we don't have to be discouraged. We have to go on with that. Because it's a continue a power that you have to, when you turn already your motor, then it has to go on and on. And now we have so many equipments and everything within our car, in our in home, in push one button, we could do this much. So we have to, altogether, we have to consider how much we could do to others, to community, because community can become stronger without you, without me, but particularly. So if I am in the right consciousness and I'm doing my part, a particle which I was supposed to do, this is becoming already so strong, pure waves that purification to the entire neighbors and community, and then to the universe. Extremely sorry. I will take a glass of water. Sorry.
I hope all the devotees are taking each and every word of what Prabhu is saying seriously and paying your attention. I know it's late at night, those are in the East Coast, but where do you get to hear from somebody who's gone through so much? And everything they're saying is so important, and we can just keep some of these points in our mind all the time will help us so much in Krishna consciousness. So, yeah, go ahead, Prabhuji.
I can't suggest, but I would just tell you that our love and kindness to each other will help us. First of all, it will help us, and it will help community and all the world. Peace and happiness will be. It's everything starting from me, and then it's going to others. So it is so powerful when we are joined, we are together, we are acting, helping each other, doing extra miles we could do for each and other. That is very, that's what with Srila Prabhupada wanted, actually, to communication. I think I believe devotees, all devotees who are hearing now will think, I'm also thinking that Krishna consciousness is also evolution is going. I think so, because yesterday we didn't know these all equipments and everything that we could utilize for Krishna, isn't it? So every day new equipments and new computers and mobiles and all these things for consciousness, but artificial consciousness already, basically, we having that. So we have to also go on with that and increase our positive reaction. We get all the good things and then sacrifice to Srila Prabhupada and to community. As we right now we are Srila Prabhupada's mission, Srila Prabhupada's desire is building a wonderful Mayapur Chandra and planetarium. Srila Prabhupada thought about everything. So Srila Prabhupada knew that today it will come. So before there was different technique of building the temple, for example. Nowadays, we are doing much more amazing technology that mixing all this to building the temple. Before we didn't know, or maybe it was sometimes in other yuga, we didn't know, but right now we are reading, we see now only. So we are mixing each and every cement or concrete, whatever, the diamond and the gold and the whatever, all these elements with whatever we have, and we are trying to build up the, which is already happening, the Srila Prabhupada's Lord Chaitanya's mercy is there in Mayapur. So each and everyone can do something to help us to go on with the Lord Krishna's whatever he has given to us. So more we are giving to Krishna and others, the devotees, that same we receive the same. So it's never happening that someone is given and then nothing. No, it works together. So I'm thinking now with all these technologies together, we can join, become much more powerful engine which could continue some purification, so that people will receive more kindness and mercy from Lord Krishna, so that we could continue purification of around us, start from home to on the street, everywhere, so that we could get nectar, that the nectar from given to Srila Prabhupada to us.
Prabhuji, so it's about 10 o'clock here in New Jersey, 10 at night, and I see some devotees are dropping off. We will still continue if you have some time, but before devotees drop off, I just wanted to say that as a small gesture, Prabhuji is in Armenia, and he lives a very humble, simple life there. And I personally was thinking, from here, what else can we do to show our gratitude and help Prabhuji? So if anybody, at least I would like to help out in some way, Prabhuji, if it's okay with you, with sending some Lakshmi or something, if you accept it. But I would also like to ask if any devotees would like to, you can get in touch with me, and I will get in touch with Prabhu, and I'll let you know if anybody wants to contribute something, how it can be done. Shiva Prabhu is taking down the names, and whoever is typing it in the chat box, if you're not comfortable typing here, you can reach out to me separately. My phone number, Shiva Prabhu can type in the chat box. But I just wanted to do that because I do know that it's Armenia is going through a lot of challenges, and Prabhuji has a very simple life. He recently had a stroke, as he had mentioned. So if we continue, Prabhuji, you have some more time for a few more questions?
Well, I'm doing well now. Before I couldn't even speak. So, usually I'm active all the time, and in my entire life I was very thematic. I was very fast doing my work. So, but about when it happened, stroke, I couldn't speak, and everything was mixed in my mind because Russian, Armenian, Bengali, and also the English, it was mixing up. So I had a very good doctor with whom was working, and because they did two spring in my heart, so now I'm feeling much better. So when they put in my heart, I'm feeling much better, and also my speech also started to purification. And so I'm thinking now. But at the beginning, when the first stroke happened, it was very very unusual. But I could remember my jail, and they were they beat me up so badly that I left basically my life, my soul was out. I could see from the ceiling. I would see myself. So, but this one was I was all of a sudden I was I couldn't already. I was trying to speak, but I couldn't. It wasn't happening. So when I made X-ray and everything, so doctor has told me that I have a couple of more that we have to put in your heart, and then you can be feeling much better. So I have two more. I have two springs. They have to put in my heart, so that my breathing will be coming back. What I could suggest, what I would pray to all the devotees, what I could say, I would, when you're coming to across with this situation, then only you remember, that how much we were, you could do health for us. I would like to request all the devotees. First of all, I humbly telling you, you have to be healthy. First of all, when you are healthy in your body, then you can, consciousness will work much clear, and then it will be much much better you can do, service you can do for yourself also. Sometimes we are coming to across only the time we are thinking about our about thinking about health only when we are almost to lose. I would humbly request all the devotees that you have to take care of your health, because without health, you cannot continue your service, your mind. So I would say, drink proper way, drink as much as you can, purification of your body, and do some yoga if you can. That is my humble request to you. I learned the breathing only consciousness, with consciousness directly connected to our breathing. So if everything is starting from the breathing, and then your body becomes healthy, and when healthy, and then consciousness is purification, and then you can do some work. Whereas I know, which I do also, the 5 Tibetan exercises, which I can send to devotees if they don't know. Some of them, most of the devotees will know about it. It's 5 exercises which is helping our health, and if we could do that every day, 15-20 minutes, it will be very, very powerful consciousness, which will be helping to your family, yourself, your community. So please try the 5 Tibetan exercises. It will be very, it's a golden 5 exercises. If you could do, I would strongly, I would suggest devotees to take care of your health, because when you are already, you are today you are not that happened yesterday, then you start feeling sorry about it. It's not good. It's not good. Sacrifice is okay, certainly, but when you want to bring something more to our community, doing something good. So first you have to take care of yourself. So this is a humble request to devotees. Srila Prabhupada also insisting that we have to, in healthy body, you can happy spirit should be like that. So I really recommend you devotees.
Probably there's one question. There's one question in the chat that somebody is asking. Can you suggest us how to bring the same intensity that you had in connecting with Krishna during your experiences? How can we have the same intensity in today's time during our tough times?
First of all, I would say it never been, and never today, and never will be tomorrow in same level feelings. It will never be the same. The moment we think about something else, and next moment it's jumping to the next. Like Srila Prabhupada was saying, Bhakti system, we were with the Bhakti, we have to, the shoe, we have to hit so that it will come to the balance. It will never be Pata, Vita, or all these difficult in other words, we cannot be the same today that yesterday happened and next day. Why? Because these five senses, they communicating with each and other. Of course, everything, of course, it started from the mind. So you have to continue. You just continue, keep practice. The most important is the chanting, I'm thinking. Because when the purification, these vibrations that you hear, it's very important. Sometimes you can also practice that in your mind, the Maha Mantra. Not always that you could do that, but sometimes you can. So what happens when we chanting concentration, full concentration we are doing, it is helping us to go on and on and on. But when you are thinking that, oh, I have to, yesterday I did like this and now I'll do the same today and I will do tomorrow, it will never happen. Because the temperature, the aura, your mind, your food, your everything is connected to us. Prabhus and Matajis. Full respects. We have to understand that never discourage yourself. That's very important. No. Like I say, we are even the screw, small screw that we are connecting together this powerful engine. Whatever you are doing, as much as love and respect you give to others, you will receive and you will go on, but it will never be the same. Never. Every one day you are sick, one day you are healthy, one day you have back pain, sometimes you have your eyes, sometimes you, so you have to take care of your machine altogether so that you can go on and on. So don't punish yourself that, oh, maybe that other devotee is doing this much and I'm not doing this much. I don't think this is good, because we are all, each and everybody is doing as much his ability, and we have to be happy for that. We are alive. We have to just go down to and respect our five senses, that they will continue with our Krishna's consciousness. So thank you for hearing. Once again, I'm sorry that in this time I couldn't to help with or encourage you with my speech, of course. However, I'm thinking that A few months ago, I couldn't even do this, but now I'm okay. And so I hope someday we could already speak about something more details which devotees there they would like to hear, although I'm not thinking that something big that I'm important that you can hear me. However, if there are some devotees who know the past history that we know, so we can continue. That's fine. My pleasure to if I can do anything to devotees and any specific maybe some point that devotee would like to know. Free to speak. I would be happy to tell you, Prabhus.
Hare Krishna. So I would highly recommend devotees to get a copy of this book, The Salted Bread. If you've not read it, you must read it. I personally can vouch for it. I got that copy many years ago. I would say about at least 10 years ago, 10 years before. And then somebody I told about the book, they took the book and never returned it. So they probably liked it so much. But when I was reading it, it melted my heart. I had tears in my eyes. And sometimes that is so much needed because at least I tend to become so naive and we get so comfortable and so used to our Krishna conscious routines. And to go over and beyond that, sometimes we need to hear these stories, these pastimes, where we feel like, no, you know what? I need to do something for Prabhupada. I need to do something more than I'm doing right now. And devotees like Sarvabhavana Prabhu are inspiration to us. So I would have, you can find it on Amazon, I'm sure, or in India. Look for it, and I'm sure the book will find you. So at this point, what I'll do is if devotees would like to raise their hand and speak and ask a question or two, just keep it very short and to the point. And also do not repeat the same questions that we've already asked or Prabhuji has already answered in his talk. So if you'd still like to go and type a question or unmute and just want to keep it short and sweet, we'll keep another few minutes and then we'll end the call. So just raise your hand so I know who would like to. And then I already sent a lot of the devotees. I want to thank you for coming forward to make those commitments for the contributions. I gave my phone number and email address. I don't know some of you, so you can reach out to me so I can let you know after speaking with Prabhuji how we can have that reach him. Okay, thank you. Anybody? No comments, no questions? Prabhuji, Sannyas Prabhu, how is he doing? Or is he around? Or
he is living in Peter, Leningrad. He is living there. He has 2 daughters and living in Peter. So from time to time we have, but last time was long ago. We had conversations.
So Gail Mataji, please unmute yourself and you can ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I don't know if anybody has asked this question because I had to be in and out of the class. So, well, one before I ask my question, I just want to make one comment that, for those of you who know Dhanardhara Maharaj, he is a prolific reader. He reads many books and he's always giving classes. And even though he reads so many books, he never recommends any of them. He talks about them, but he doesn't recommend any of them. But Salted Bread was the first book that he's ever recommended, and which is why I had to immediately get the book. In the same class that he was talking about it, I had to immediately get the book because, the book made him cry. He didn't just have tears in his eyes. It actually made him cry. And so I just thought it was so significant that a person who reads so much but never recommends any of the books recommended this book. So that was my comment. It's like the only book he ever recommended.
Thank you very much, Mataji. And I also cry from time to time. Thank you.
Yeah,
it's a good it's a good thing sometimes to also cry, because that's also a lot of chemicals is going away from our body, because it makes you happy afterwards.
Also, before I ask my question, also, you got me intrigued about this Tibetan exercise. So if you could figure out how to, teach us about this exercise, I'd be very grateful.
Yes, actually, when I make these exercises, before I knew, there was a story how it come to this 5 Tibetan. I will send you also, of course, and then you please try. If devotees can give 15-20 minutes, they will be healthy. It's very, very powerful, very, very powerful. Easy and not difficult to practice. I would love to recommend devotees to try. And it's a very nice breathing, which is very important for us. So please try. I will send you. So please try.
Yes, I don't know if Ramchandra Prabhu can arrange for us to get this information from you.
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
Certainly.
Oh, okay. So my main question is, like I said, I don't know if anybody else has asked this of you today, but what has always, what I've always marveled at is how a person can withstand torture and simultaneously have faith about Krishna's deep love for the person. How can both go on simultaneously? How possible? Especially oh my God, I forgot. I lost my chain. Oh, I was going to say, especially when, you're undergoing, because just now you talked about how important it is for the body to be intact in order to perform our Krishna consciousness. And so if Krishna is allowing things to happen to us beyond our control that apparently would hamper and provide obstacle to our maintaining our Krishna consciousness, especially, if your mind is being affected because of torture, how can we understand that the person who loves us so much is allowing things like that to happen to us beyond our control.
Thank you very much. I'm thinking, you know, when Krishna putting you in that situation, he's giving you all the consciousness and the mind and everything you could handle. Sometimes sometimes you can do this much, and then next day you can do bigger. That is depending on different level of your, like I said, all the five senses are together there. But when you are in closed situation, when you cannot association, like imagine when you are in a single room you are sitting for many days, you can stay in that place. Your mind is working in a different way, isn't it? You can imagine even few hours your wife or your friend is left, then everything is changing in your schedule. So I'm thinking, when Krishna is giving us the power, mercy, kindness, he's giving it to you. You have to take full advantages from that, because already you're feeling that contact is already pressed, and then it will start working all the time. So when you get this mercy, you everybody understanding, even the kirtan, when you're going, oh, you have some problems and you're going to the temple, okay, and then from time to time you can see all the vibrations are coming back together, and then you start chanting, and then you're happy, feeling light, so everything. So same also when you you're doing something extraordinary, you think you have to do because it's depending on you, because you now, like particularly the 7 devotees were in a jail, right? Like these 7 devotees, they have changed the entire, I would say, USSR, huh? We say, we have changed the whole thing. So it's amazing when you are in a right tuning, then Krishna gives you the mercy. It gives you extraordinary things happening between you. So I think from time to time, when your right tuning is already you got, you have to keep going on, continue, so it will be much better service than much you could do, and then it can change the way you were working yesterday. So that is what's called practice, and the chanting the meditation, and any mercy which you got in your eye, in your consciousness, you will spread to others too. Hope I could.
Yeah, so I'm not so sure if I got you properly. So what I maybe understood is that, you know, by the practice, you know, by the chanting especially,
Yes.
then when you are facing such tribulations, torture actually,
Yeah.
Krishna connects with you in a way that inspires you to persevere in your Krishna consciousness. Somehow, despite the torture, you're getting something from Krishna that bolsters your faith in him, even in the face of that torture. You're able to face that torture because you're getting something internally from Krishna. Is that what you were trying to communicate?
Yes, it is definitely, there is a connection. And when you're suffering, when you are in painful situation, you are, when you're getting, you again, talking about the tuning, and then you are in a right path, you are right consciousness, you are giving the mercy, you receive the kindness from Krishna. You overcome these obstacles and all this torture which were happening. It's very difficult, of course. I could say it's not an easy to forgive. I have to tell you that this is when in big time I'm talking, but I'm not talking about small things. Oh, one there was this or somebody. No, I'm talking about something particularly like in our situation when it was between living and dying. And then you have to already consider each and every word you speak and each and every even mind, what you have to think to, it will be bringing benefit for you. But once you starting your compassion, your feelings is changed towards people. I have seen often that it's changed in big time. It's easy. It's not easy to forgive someone who is taking the stick on you. Of course, it's not that easy to be. Sometimes for many days you cannot forgive even the small thing that one devotee didn't give you a little bit, one spoon or prasadam, and then he left it or whatever. You are getting upset. But when you are, somebody is already every day have to beat you or do, and then you accept and say forgive. It's just,
well, how did you do that? How did you do that?
A very good question. Why? Because I think when anybody is kept in that situation, Krishna gives you special mercy, special understanding, and so that you could go on. Without myself, I'm thinking, even today, like it was, we are talking about 1984 when we have, 86, 88. I have been in a death. So even from the time, I cannot understand how I could forgive. How? But time Krishna was giving that indication that how to speak, how to do, how to, like mechanism was working, because I was just opening my heart and telling to Lord Krishna that what to do, and I'm depending entirely, I'm depending you. But how to forgive these rascals? How? And then you get the answer. And the answer is your compassion, your love towards other souls. Although sometimes we don't understand that this soul is you're thinking is not a good soul.
Yes.
But you have to forgive. And then that's also practice, that special mercy. And that's why I would say, like, when I'm comparing, for example, Sachisuta Prabhu, in my hero, whom I have associated, and we've gone through a big, long time. He was also extremely very kind guy. I couldn't see how. Right. But then you understand that Krishna is in directly working with you, taking care of, so you will not get crazy. How is that? Just we know in Christian, they said you hit in your face.
Yes.
To show the other ones.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, that's when, especially in young and strong guy who was in a jail, and then now they have to beat me, and I have to say thank you. It doesn't work like that. So you have to really be very, very full consciousness, so that you have to really negotiate with him, So I don't know. I think that's the power of universal mechanism. What should we work? I think. So I'm very kind, very thankful to Srila Prabhupada, who bring us to this stage, so that we could take care of our love and kindness to bring more people towards us, to at least the right time, right place, that they could do something to Srila Prabhupada, and do some service and distribution, whatever we are doing. So it should be kindness only, love, I think.
So you're saying that in the face of such attack, right, you have to be compassionate. But this compassion, it seems like this compassion, is it something that is just mercy that comes to you? If you're while you're being beaten, right, you're asking Krishna what are you doing? You're asking Krishna how to be compassionate, and then he just somehow gives you that.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's a complicated this situation. You have to understand, first of all, you are in a cell. First of all, that is your room. More than that, you can not go even 1 millimeter. You can go out of that.
Right.
Aura, that cage, like you are a ball, is going around. So anything you throw, it will return back.
Yes.
It's clear. There is no way that somebody will hit you and then everybody will say, no, no, it will never happen. So I am thinking purification can happen even in a moment. I'm thinking that way. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is what happened to me. As soon as you understand that fully understood that situation you are in, your consciousness is bringing to the next level, which is helping to do the next step, what will pacify this situation. And then next is you understanding that no matter what I do, anyway they will do to me. So I mean they will hit you or they'll do something. So in this situation, it's very, very important to relax, and you have between you and Krishna only. You have to open your heart and tell him, okay, I am in this situation for reason. I don't know the reason, my Lord. It's your power, your willing. You put me in this situation that in outside I would kick him, for example. But today, if I do this, they will damage me completely. So that's also a conscious. You're thinking, what is the best that I could do? Only compassion and forgiveness. That today they hit me at this much, and then thankful that they didn't kill me totally. So become your another word. When Lord put you in that situation, he gives you the consciousness also. He gives you I mean, I would say like this: when you are going on a car, and then they put you in a motorcycle, the same way you cannot go with that power. You cannot go.
Yes.
So now you have this much ability. Oh, you can see others are very fast on the car is a much better car, much better situation, much better asphalt and road. But you are not. You are not even on the same track. But your car is going slowly. You cannot compare with that.
Yes.
This comparing is not a right thing. It's everybody have to be in your ability and your also how much you want to give. That's very important.
Yes.
How much you love you can give so that you can receive. So I'm thinking Krishna has mystic power. Is that for indicate when like you very fast you have to make some decision in your life. When you have to make your life decisions, important decisions you have to take care. Isn't it you feel that your brain is storming in a matter of few
very intense.
You have to decide. And can you imagine
concentrate?
How much fast, machine is working, like your computer working, like process is so fast.
Yes.
So I'm thinking that in that moment is Krishna coming into your life. And then miracle happens. How this person was ready to give slap at that situation, but now he's saying, oh, sorry, thank you, like that. So this is a miracle when you connecting, you talking to yourself, to Krishna yourself.
Yeah, I think it seems to be something that you have to actually experience yourself to really understand fully, It has to be like on an individual basis.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to go through it personally, experience, personal experience.
Yes, same is like breathing situation. Like for many devotees, the suffering because of the not right breathing, and then it becoming so many heart problems and this and that. But if we every day practice and then make a habit of breathing. Sometimes we don't give too much enough air, how much you need to, that will be feeling okay. So you don't, you have to make a habit of even breathing every morning, every evening, every moment that you remember. If you are free, you are not doing anything, you just do more breathing exercise. It will help you, certainly, because more power, more air, pure you go, especially when you go to the Himalaya, you go to some forest or anything, you get advantages of this, that you can get much more healthy. And when you are already in power, in your controlling your breathing, and then your consciousness, your feelings, your everything is changing. So it's a practice. Just chanting the Maha Mantra. See how much we are powerful. Purification it's taken care of in one kirtan. In the morning, evening, whenever. When you're chanting the drums and the kartals and sounds and everything. How much you light you're going home, and then how good you're feeling. Same. So you have to go practice your breathing, and then your forgiveness also.
Forgiveness.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Prabhu, for trying to explain something that I know is very difficult to explain. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. I'm sorry again. I hope next time I will be much speaking problem will be much better. Sorry about that.
You were okay, Prabhuji. You were perfect. You were perfect. I want to thank all the devotees, actually, also from joining from different parts of from the world, and asking such nice questions, and many points Prabhuji made. If we can remember at least one of them and imbibe in our own lives, it'll help us make it very easy for us. One of the things that stuck in my mind is when you mentioned about prasadam and how, getting even a little bit of what you got was like nectar. So just reminds me that when we here, you were talking about sugar, but we get so many different sweets and halwas and so luxurious, delicious prasadam that at least we can do one thing, which is not never waste. So children listening to the class or adults listening, that maybe we can take a vow today that, we remember this past time, and anytime we want to throw away prasad, we remember Sarvabhavana Prabhuji and the devotees and say, no, I will not waste it. Whatever we take, we finish, or we give it to others. So I want to thank everybody. It's quite, wish we could continue forever. One of my friends is asking, can we take one question? So I'll take just one last question, and after that we'll end. Please unmute yourself and go ahead and ask if you'd like to. Ram Shri Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All good, Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Bol.
Prabhuji, so amazing. Just by listening to you is so much uplifting, so much purifying, so much inspiring to all of us. Just I would like to understand one thing, that like my takeaway from this class is that in order to see the Krishna's hand, we need to stretch, we need to go all the way to the end of cliff, then we can see. That's where only we can see the Krishna's hand or Krishna's reciprocating with us. Is that the correct understanding?
Everything depending on our consciousness, our feelings, and whatever you're projecting, you will return. You will say same thing. It comes to you. So more you give, more you give, more you good love, more you get. So when you are returning to helping in this situation, then you are feeling also happy, isn't it? You don't feel you can't do something good, but then you at the same time your mind is differently. So we are thinking that we any service we do in any time, in difficulties or easy, or any time you do whatever we do with love and respect to others, you get received from the devotees. So if I question was the could repeat your question in a short way, that what you were asking, I would repeat. I would say to continue, please.
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. So my question is that one can experience the Krishna's mercy or Krishna's hand only he has to do to the extreme, that beyond his capacity or beyond his optimum level, then only he can see the Krishna's, in your case, like it is extreme, like going through that so much obstacles, then you see that thing. Is that the same case with, of course, everyone has a different tolerance as per their psychophysical nature. So everyone has to stretch to that optimum level, then only they can experience Krishna's mercy or Krishna's hand. Is that?
It's not always. Sorry, you continue.
No, that's my understanding. So I'm just want to validate with you.
Okay, no, it's not necessarily you have to be suffering and then you get mercy from Lord Krishna. No, never ever. Because we have past lives, we have past lives and past experiments that we have gone through many different levels before we step to this earth. So I'm thinking that we not necessarily you have to suffer in order to get some mercy. Some devotee can go to the mountain and sit, just chant Mahamantra, little bit, think, and then enlightenment will come from him there. For me, I have to be in a suffering situation to bring to that level. Another devotee, he does contribution, a big temple he is beginning, he is getting that way. It's not always the same feeling. And for each individual soul will get that same feelings, only individual. But when he is individually, he's happy, he's projecting the entire aura, the entire world. We are making a better world for us. But it's not necessarily that you have to definitely to get through punishment in order to get the medal or mercy. So in my understanding is that if we properly follow the Srila Prabhupada's teachings and reading and chanting, the most important, the chanting the powerful words, Mahamantra, I think we'll do a lot. We'll make a big change in ourselves and the entire world. So it's too individual, all these things, I think, Prabhu.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Very, very beautifully explained, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, all the devotees. And we hope and pray that Prabhuji, your health gets better and we can have your assistance again in the future. So at this point, please unmute yourself and thank Prabhuji for his association by loudly chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Haribo.
Haribo.
Thank you, Srila Prabhupada.